Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys QB Dak Prescott takes wild swipe at Super Bowl champion Eagles. We all understand how any professional athlete needs to have a certain amount of confidence in themselves. You don't get that far without it. But sometimes that confidence can turn into delusion. Such is the case of Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, who took a wild swipe at the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles after they dismantled the two-time defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs, 40-22, in Super Bowl 59 on February 9. It's the second Super Bowl win for the Eagles since Prescott became the Cowboys' starting quarterback in 2016. Prescott's controversial comments came after he was asked how close the Cowboys are to the Eagles in terms of being Super Bowl contenders. "I feel like we can compete with the Eagles and beat them. For the most part, we beat them when we played them. I don't want to say check the record because they're the guys holding the trophy right now, so credit to them and they deserve it by all means, but, yeah, very close," Prescott said in a video posted to The Athletic's John Machota's official X account. "Especially when you watch the NFC Championship game. Those two teams that we battle against each other 2 times each and every year. Yeah. Like I said, we feel confident that we got the better part each and every time, so to see the Eagles win in such dominating fashion, credit to them. It's our turn and it's on us." The Cowboys and Prescott are coming off a 7-10 season in which Prescott only played in 8 games due to a hamstring injury. Dallas lost both of its games against the Eagles in 2024 by a combined score of 75-13, a 34-6 loss in Week 10 and a 41-7 loss in Week 17. Another NFC East team, the Washington Commanders and rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels, advanced to the NFC Championship game for the first time since 1991 before losing to the Eagles. Cowboys, no NFC Championship games since 1995. It's tough to understand what Prescott sees in his team, because it's certainly not anything that's been on the field in his 9 seasons in Dallas. The Commanders making the NFC Championship game also generated a wild statistic about the Cowboys. Since Dallas they last made the NFC Championship game following the 1995 season, every single NFC team has made the NFC Championship game before the Cowboys. Prescott signed biggest contract in NFL history. Prescott might be talking out of his head because he's feeling the pressure more than anyone, not just on the Cowboys roster but anyone in the NFL, after he signed the biggest contract in NFL history before the 2024 season, a 4-year, $240 million contract extension that pays him a staggering $60 million per season and keeps him with Dallas through 2028. Right now you're not close to the Eagles, right now you're not in the same conversation with them, ESPN's Marcus Spears said on February 12. "I don't want to hear Dak say that right now. It's not the right time to say anything in regards to the Cowboys being close to the Philadelphia Eagles. Nothing." Michael Irvin. In order to turn around Dallas Cowboys, Schottenheimer needs God. Forget about a new left tackle and some improved QB play. Michael Irvin says Brian Schottenheimer's going to need some holy water and crucifixes to turn around the Cowboys, telling TMZ Sports he's convinced the only way the new head coach succeeds in Dallas is through an act of God. The playmaker went on a diatribe about Jerry Jones' newest hire while in New Orleans last week, making it 100% clear he doesn't think Schottenheimer has much of a chance at wins without God's help. In the middle of a crowded Bourbon Street, Irvin yelled at the top of his lungs that a higher power is going to be necessary in order to make the Schottenheimer move ultimately make sense for the Cowboys. When he takes a Brian Schottenheimer, the least likely of them all, and then he gives him that position, and he does something great, you yourself will say it must have been God, Irvin said. Because we damn well know it wasn't Brian Schottenheimer. Irvin, of course, has not been shy about the Cowboys' head coaching position in the wake of Mike McCarthy's departure, as he was adamant that Deion Sanders would have been the best choice. Doesn't seem his mind's changed much in the ensuing days, because Irvin added, there are great odds against Brian Schottenheimer in turning around the Cowboys in a great way. Schottenheimer will nonetheless get on the road to turning around Dallas soon. Organized team activities begin in just a few weeks, with or without rosary beads. Dallas needs to trade Micah Parsons due to culture, claims Cowboys ex-Frisco. The Dallas Cowboys and owner/general manager Jerry Jones have much to work on this offseason. After a 7-10 season that saw Dallas miss the playoffs, the front office might need to be creative about fielding a competitive team in 2025. With many roster improvements to make and little cap room, the team will need to make some changes. Could one or some of those changes involve moving on from an expensive star? Anything is possible for a team led by Jones. Per NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, Dallas has had internal discussions about Parsons' future with the Cowboys, and that might involve moving on from him as he enters the final year of his rookie deal. To go even further, former Cowboys defensive lineman Chris Canty thinks Dallas should move on from Parsons, but not because of the hefty price tag he'll carry after next season. "I'm about to say something that goes against everything I believe. I can't believe I'm going here. I can't believe I'm about to say this. The Dallas Cowboys need to trade Micah Parsons," Canty said on Tuesday morning's Unsportsmanlike. Canty cites Parsons' off-the-field behavior as the reason. "You don't get closer to winning championships by getting rid of those players, typically," Canty said. "But when you've got somebody that has been as vocal as he has, that has, at various points, gotten himself into trouble with his podcast, saying certain things about his teammates, about the league, leaving guys out of lists when it comes to top-rated quarterbacks. There's an opportunity for the Dallas Cowboys this offseason to show the rest of the locker room that our culture matters." Canty could be correct when he added that Dallas doesn't have leaders on the current roster to empower and uplift. He also added that no individual is above the team, and these decisions have to be made for the best of the team, not a single player. If the Cowboys decide to move on from Parsons this offseason, no matter how unlikely it is, it might not be due to his salary. It could be for the betterment of the team. And are you a fan? What do you think about Micah Parsons' exit? Leave your opinion in the comments.